Jenna had always been an extremely methodical and organized girl. From a young age, she displayed an almost obsessive interest in order and planning. Her toys were carefully sorted by color, size, and function. The dolls were lined up on one shelf, the cars on another, and the board games were perfectly stacked in alphabetical order. Her room was an example of organization that made her parents wonder if she wasn't an adult in miniature. As Jenna grew older, this trait of her personality only intensified. In school, her notebooks were impeccable, with notes written in neat handwriting and markers of different colors for each subject. Her classmates often asked to copy her summaries, as they were so well done they seemed to have come straight out of a textbook. As an adult, Jenna had become an elegant and successful young woman, always impeccably dressed and with a packed schedule. Her cell phone was her best friend, full of meticulously recorded reminders and appointments. Not even a simple coffee with friends escaped being noted in her digital calendar. Once, her friends decided to surprise her by inviting her to a last-minute lunch. Jenna panicked, frantically checking her phone. "But it's not on my schedule," she exclaimed, genuinely confused. Her friends laughed, reminding her that not everything in life needs to be planned in advance. Jenna's wardrobe was a spectacle in itself. Each piece of clothing had its designated place, organized by season, color, and occasion. On Sunday nights, she devoted precious time to assembling outfits for the entire week, hanging them on hangers labeled with the days of the week. This routine ensured she never wasted time in the morning deciding what to wear. It was in this almost military-like organizational setting that Daniel entered Jenna's life. He was a charming guy, with an easy smile and a more relaxed approach to life. At first, the differences between them seemed stark. Daniel loved spontaneity, while Jenna felt secure with her well-structured routine. However, something about Daniel's carefree manner captivated Jenna. She found herself drawn to his ability to handle unforeseen situations with a smile. On the other hand, Daniel was fascinated by Jenna's efficiency and determination. He saw in her a strength and dedication that inspired him. Over time, Daniel learned how to navigate Jenna's meticulously organized world. He understood that delays deeply irritated her, so he made an effort to be punctual for their meetings. But Daniel also had a personal mission: to help Jenna relax a bit and embrace the unexpected. "You need to be resilient, Jenna," he would often say with a loving smile. "Not everything is in our hands. Life sometimes surprises us, and we have to be ready to face these situations with ease." Daniel started to create small situations to push Jenna out of her comfort zone. Once he took her on a surprise picnic. Jenna was visibly uncomfortable at first, worried about the lack of proper cutlery or napkins. But gradually, sitting on the soft grass under the shade of a large tree, she began to relax. Daniel's laughter was contagious, and Jenna found herself smiling, momentarily forgetting her need for control. On another occasion, Daniel convinced Jenna to take a weekend trip without any prior planning. They simply got into the car and hit the road, stopping in small unknown towns and discovering charming places not listed in any tourist guides. Jenna was nervous at first, but by the end of the trip, she admitted it had been one of the most fun experiences of her life. These small adventures were smoothing the edges of Jenna's methodical personality. She still maintained her characteristic organization, but began to appreciate moments of spontaneity. Daniel, on the other hand, became more punctual and organized, finding a balance that worked for both. When Daniel proposed to Jenna, it was at a completely unplanned moment during a regular walk in the park. Jenna was surprised, but delighted. She realized that some of the best things in life happen when we least expect them. The wedding planning was a test for the couple's new balance. Jenna naturally dove headfirst into the preparations. She created spreadsheets, made endless lists, and spent hours researching the best vendors. Daniel, on the other hand, tried to remind her to enjoy the process, not just worry about every detail. They chose a beautiful farm in a nearby town for the ceremony. The location was perfect, with a large restored barn for the reception and vast green fields for the outdoor ceremony. Jenna envisioned every detail: The white flowers decorating the rustic wooden benches, the floral arch where they would exchange vows, the twinkling lights that would illuminate the dance floor at night. In the months leading up to the big day, Jenna worked tirelessly to ensure that everything was perfect. She tasted cakes, chose flowers, selected songs, and rehearsed the choreography for the first dance countless times. Daniel supported her, but also gently reminded her to breathe and enjoy the moment. Finally, the wedding day arrived. Jenna woke up at sunrise, her mind already on high alert. She had a list of all the things that needed to be checked one last time. Her father, noticing her agitation, tried to calm her. "It's your day, my daughter," he said with a gentle smile. "Let us take care of the details. Focus on relaxing and being ready for your big day." But Jenna couldn't contain herself. "No, Dad," she replied, already grabbing her things. "I planned everything and I need to make sure everything will go perfectly and without unforeseen events. Just pick up my dress from the atelier as we had agreed." Upon arriving at the wedding venue, Jenna went into full command mode. She checked every detail, from the arrangement of the tables to the exact placement of each flower in the arrangements. The vendors watched her with a mixture of admiration and apprehension, impressed by her attention to detail, yet slightly intimidated by her intensity. "Are the ribbons on the bridesmaids' bouquets tied correctly?" she asked, adjusting a floral arrangement. "Have the candles for the ceremony arrived? Remember, they need to be lit exactly 5 minutes before it starts." Her eyes constantly darted to the watch on her wrist. "There will be no delays at this wedding," she murmured to herself, like a mantra. The hours flew by, and finally it was time for Jenna to get ready. A makeup and hair team awaited her, eager to transform her into the bride of her dreams. Her father arrived with a large white box containing what was supposed to be her wedding dress. With her heart racing with anticipation, Jenna opened the box. Her smile froze, and her eyes widened in shock. Inside the box was not the traditional white dress she had carefully chosen months ago. Instead, a stunning red dress lay over the tissue paper. "It can't be," Jenna murmured, her face paling. "There must have been some mistake." The bridesmaids gathered around her, trying to calm her down. Jenna felt panic rising in her chest, her breathing becoming short. Months of meticulous planning seemed to be collapsing before her eyes. "The boutique must have delivered the wrong dress," one of the bridesmaids suggested, trying to stay calm. Jenna looked at the clock, her mind frantically calculating. The atelier was in another city. If she chose to go retrieve the correct dress, the wedding would certainly be delayed. The idea of a delay was almost as unbearable as getting married in the wrong dress. "Jenna, breathe," her best friend said, holding her hands. "Why don't you try on the dress? Who knows, maybe it will look perfect on you." Reluctantly, but with few options, Jenna agreed. With trembling hands, she took the red dress out of the box. The fabric was soft and luxurious, flowing like water through her fingers. Closing her eyes and taking a deep breath, she put it on. When Jenna opened her eyes and looked at herself in the mirror, she was speechless. The dress fit perfectly, as if it had been tailored for her. The deep red contrasted beautifully with her skin and highlighted her eyes. It was bold, elegant, and surprisingly perfect. The bridesmaids were agape, exclaiming in admiration. "Jenna, you look stunning," they said in unison. For a moment, Jenna was frozen, torn between the original plan and this unexpected twist. Her eyes darted to the clock once more. Time was running out, and a decision had to be made. In that instant, Daniel's words echoed in her mind. Life sometimes surprises us, and we need to be ready to face these situations with ease. With a deep breath, Jenna made her decision. "Let's do this," she said, a nervous yet determined smile forming on her lips. The bridesmaid smiled, encouraging her. Quickly, they adjusted the makeup and hairstyle to complement Jenna's bold new look. In a few minutes, she was ready, a vision of beauty in vibrant red. The buzz spread through the wedding venue. The guests, who were already seated waiting for the ceremony to begin, exchanged curious glances and excited whispers. No one knew what to expect. When the music started to play, everyone turned to the aisle. Jenna's heart was pounding as she took her first steps. She could feel all eyes on her, hear the gasps of surprise and admiration. Daniel, waiting at the altar, was speechless upon seeing his bride. His eyes widened, and a broad smile spread across his face. Jenna, who had always been so predictable and traditional, surprised him in the most wonderful way possible. When Jenna finally reached the altar, Daniel greeted her with a gentle kiss on the forehead. Leaning in, he whispered in her ear, "I loved the dress. I think it suited you perfectly." They exchanged a look full of love and complicity, and in that moment, all the stress and worry of the past few moments dissipated. Jenna felt a wave of relief and happiness wash over her. She was marrying the man she loved, and nothing else mattered. The ceremony was beautiful and emotional. The red of Jenna's dress seemed to capture the passion and love the couple shared. The photos were stunning, with the vibrant red contrasting wonderfully with the green of the fields and the blue of the sky. During the reception, Jenna and Daniel had the time of their lives. They danced, laughed, and celebrated with their friends and family. The red dress became the talk of the party, with everyone praising the bride's boldness and unique style. Months after the wedding, people were still talking about Jenna's dress. She received messages from friends saying that they were inspired by her to make bolder choices in their own weddings. For Jenna, that day represented much more than just a wedding. It was a valuable lesson about adaptability and the beauty of the unexpected. She realized that no matter how much we plan, life always has surprises in store for us. Daniel was proud of how Jenna had handled the situation. "See," he would say, hugging her, "you are stronger and more flexible than you think." Over time, Jenna began to incorporate more spontaneity into her life. She still maintained her schedule and organization, but now left room for surprises and changes of plans. She learned to find joy in the small, unexpected events of daily life. The photo of her wedding in a red dress came to occupy a place of honor in her wardrobe, not just as a reminder of that special moment, but as a symbol of personal transformation. Whenever she looked at it, Jenna smiled, remembering how a mistake ended up becoming the perfect choice. Jenna and Daniel built a life together based on the balance between planning and spontaneity. They complemented each other perfectly, with Jenna bringing order and structure, and Daniel adding a touch of adventure and surprise. Years later, when they recounted the story of their wedding to friends or their own children, Jenna always concluded with the same words: "That day taught me that not everything is under our control, and that unforeseen events can happen. But it's the way we deal with these unforeseen events that truly defines who we are." And so, what began as a potential disaster turned into one of the most precious memories of their lives, a constant reminder that sometimes the best moments are those we don't plan. If you enjoyed the story, please leave a comment with a rating from 1 to 5 to show how much you liked it. Also, watch the video that is now appearing on your screen. See you soon.